It's Sarah Rodriguez, and today I want to talk about a topic that's been on lots of people's minds for the past 2 years: layoffs. But before we dive in, if you're new here, hey, I am brand new channel. Make sure to hit that follow button for more career insights and advice. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, I want to talk about layoffs today. There's a lot of different misconceptions and myths that surround layoffs, and I want to talk through three of the most popular ones. Layoffs were a big thing that were happening in 2023. Honestly, it's been hard to get definitive data around it. I've read multiple articles. Some say it was over 1 million people that were laid off in 2023 alone. Other ones say that it was 750,000. And then a lot of places just talk about the tech sector alone, which was 250,000 people that were laid off in 2023. But all the articles that are coming out, especially January, which is a new fiscal year for a lot of organizations, are saying that the trend is going to continue. So I want you to arm yourself with knowledge, and I think it's a good thing for all of us to talk about what some of these common myths are around layoffs. All right, so let's dive in. Myth number 1 about layoffs: we don't talk about layoffs. I've been laid off 10 years ago, 11 years ago, actually, crazy. I was laid off from a job, and back then, you really did not talk about it. You didn't put it on social media. You didn't share it on your resume. Typically, you always had to flip the script and come up with a different way to say that you no longer aligned with your employer. It definitely was a taboo topic. But I would say in the past 6 months, there has been a real tangible shift about layoffs. Axios linked an article this week where it was showing a person who recorded themselves being laid off. And there are actually a number of different videos out there showing people getting laid off or the aftermath of them being laid off. The thing is, they are no longer under the radar. They are highly visible, and people are sharing when it happens and the language around what is happening. So the truth is that we do talk about layoffs. People are taking back their power. They are sharing their experiences, and we can go to social media and really get some ideas of what is to come if it happens to you. All right, myth number 2 about layoffs. If you are being laid off, it must mean that you are a poor performer. Here's the thing that we also learned about layoffs in 2023. 2023 proved it doesn't matter how well you perform, how talented you are, how much education you have. You can be a salesperson who has the most sales. You can be a customer success manager who has the most renewals. You can be someone who reduces number of tickets and support. If you are up on the chopping block, you are on the chopping block. Performance no longer has anything to do with a person getting laid off. Truth: if you are somehow part of a business unit or line of business within an organization that is a higher value one that has a lot of money, that doesn't actually go toward profit, you are at risk for being laid off. It doesn't matter how well you perform, how well your team performs. It's all about how you're impacting the bottom line. Because a lot of these layoffs are being done by publicly traded companies, and as you can see from some of the trends, when companies lay people off, what happens? Their stock prices go way up. And who benefits from that? Shareholders. So layoffs are a way to manipulate the bottom line and make organizations look more profitable. So it has nothing to do with you being a poor performer. All right, third myth, and this is kind of a doozy here. You can't leave after a layoff because there aren't any jobs. There's a lot of people who talk about what's worse, whether it's the person being laid off. Typically, it works in their favor because if they get a severance or if they get help looking for a new job. But what about the people who are left behind? They're left in a weird emotional state where they're not sure if they're going to be next, or if they listen to a lot of the things that are being said out there, they're being told that there aren't jobs to go to. But that's the thing. There are jobs. There are plenty of jobs out there. If you look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, unemployment rates are at some of the lowest that they've been in a really long time, even with the layoffs that are happening. So data tells us a lot of things here. What's the truth though? All right, so there are jobs out there, but one thing you have to pay attention to is the rate of pay now. Geographic zones, for some reason, have increased in popularity, even though we know with inflation and the cost of living that it doesn't matter where you live now, it costs a lot. Whether you rent, whether you own, the cost of groceries, the cost of travel, gas in your car, life is just more expensive. Geographic zones are a construct. So people, though, they are being paid less. Base rates are appearing to be lower than what they used to be. Even people within management and senior management. The base pay has definitely decreased, and geographic zones are a way to really keep people in large metropolitan areas close to offices. So the truth is there are jobs, but you just have to be cautious about paying. All right, so those are the 3 myths that I wanted to talk about as far as layoffs go, and that's some insight into that. If you have any additional thoughts or myths that you would like to share, please do in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe to this. Take care, and thanks for watching.